Great segue. Thank you. How to bring it all together. This is just a couple bullet points with my best practices I'll leave you today. I think we're right on time, about almost 11:40. So we'll go into Q&A here shortly. Hopefully I haven't bored you with the tech mumbo jumbo, but it's so important. You learn it, it makes the content fun. Here we go. Make and run a show, pretty obvious, but it all is about the run a show. This is your master document. What's a run a show? It's literally just the, sorry, so I don't have an example, but it's just the order of events. We turn on Paybee at this time. We put a slideshow up. Next we have at 12:05, I would say it's an evening event, so 6:05 p.m. we have our MC come on and do the welcome. Then we have a pre-recorded video that highlights some things our organizations have done this year. Boom, 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 boom. That needs to be shared with everyone. I love Google Docs. I know there's other file sharing applications for getting organized. Google Docs seems to be pretty ubiquitous, right? Make a run a show, share it, and keep a running tab on it.
So I'd say this is especially important for virtual events, right? More so than in-person events, because in person you could always walk off the screen and go, discuss something and quickly come back on, and people are okay. Your audience is okay with that. But in a virtual event where they're glued to the screen, you cannot just have nothing play on the screen.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I usually just get a pad of paper, a legal pad. I just make crazy notes on it, but run a show where it all starts. This is your template. This is going to guide you from start to finish when you start working on your fundraiser, maybe 2 months in advance, right? And it's going to change, and that's fine, but type it up for everyone. Same thing with assets. When I say assets, I'm talking about video files, graphics, any digital elements. Again, Google Drive or Dropbox, pretty obvious. I think we all know how to use that. But you're long gone are the days of USB jump drive, though we still use those. I like things in the cloud. So I can see that my client's files in advance and I can test them. That's most important. So not the day of. Think like a linear editor. What in the earth does that mean? Linear, left to right. It's kind of like you run a show. When we go about designing things, we design things as humans non-linearly, right? We jump around to different tasks. We may be setting up the final video before we do the intro video. We may be talking to the final guest before the first guest, but ultimately the show is left to right. It's linear, and you're gonna have to design and make sure it flows one event to the other, okay? And that's gonna come on your run a show. That's why it's gonna be your new Bible, is your run a show. But think linear in a sense. Think like you're the audience. How would you like the show flow to go, right? You can't put your featured items all the way to the top of the show because you might lose them towards the bottom. So you're gonna have to think about how, if your fundraiser an hour, how is that hour staged, okay? That's linear is very important. Don't get sidetracked about thinking about the end when you haven't designed the beginning, okay? Assign roles, and I say assign roles, not if you hire a professional crew, they have their roles. Assign roles internally. I think this is the fun part. Not that you all can't dig in and help, but it's fun to have someone that's gonna be in charge of the camera. Someone's gonna be the producer type, the interviewer. I say you're a broadcasting company now. Although I've been streaming for over 10 years, I would argue that just in the past 2 or 3 years, this was not all possible. We didn't have this internet tools to bring shows together like this at this level. If you did, you're spending a lot of money, you had broadcast trucks. So you're a broadcasting company now, and have fun with it. I guess that's what I'm getting to at that point. Color code everything. I'm a color code guy. Goes back to the run a show. It just helps people get organized. Be consistent with your color coding. I'm not. I break my own rules on that. When I say color code everything, maybe all your pre-recorded videos you're going to design in the color green, not aesthetically on screen, just in your run a show notes, so that you can keep a good list. And when you're in the show, things get crazy fast. Your eyes need to be able to scan it. Your crew needs to be able to see it. So whoever's making the run a show, you're the color coder now. If you're not hiring a crew, try every button yourself. Yeah. Even if you're hiring a crew, make sure your crew tries every button. Every button in whatever software you're using. you have to know it inside and out, because when that show happens, it happens fast. 1 hour is only like, it's like the Matrix. It's only like 5 minutes of your life. And you need to be able to do this blindfolded. And I don't tell you this to scare you, just know the technology inside and out, because, well, where am I going with this? Yeah, it's going to break. It's the internet. All these resources are online, by the way. It's already happened to someone. And if you search that in your favorite browser or YouTube channel, you're going to find some great practices, much more inclusive than I've told you about today. And let's see, it's 11:45. Yeah, have fun, the easy part, right? These events are stressful. I have a lot of clients that are stressed going to the day of. It's my job to reassure, and it's your job to reassure your team that you practiced, you know where the buttons do, you've got the linear run a show and everything's color coded, you'll be fun. And don't worry if there's a little flub, if you miss switch to something glitches at the internet, work right through it, punch right through it, your audience will understand.